I'm Grace, 32 years old, and I work as a flight attendant for a private airline company. I've never been married. I'm a charming and well-groomed woman. My long and slender legs, along with my slim figure, have earned me the nickname Foreign Beauty among those around me. This beauty, a gift from God, has often caused people to spoil me. I'm ambitious. Since childhood, I've always achieved whatever I wanted. As a child, when adults asked me, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I would say, "I'll be an actress." I was beautiful and attractive. I didn't become an actress, but I did become a flight attendant. Flight attendants are carefully selected for their neat appearance, and those on international flights are preferred if they're cultured and fluent in foreign languages. As you may know, romances between flight attendants and pilots are quite common, though few lead to marriage. Most pilots are already committed to other women, and we simply enjoy the privilege and pleasure of being chosen for the moment. But what I want to tell you isn't the typical pilot-flight attendant love story. It's about an experience I had with the husband of a close friend in the airplane restroom. No, he wasn't a pilot. He was traveling on the plane I was working on, heading to Dubai for business. That unforgettable moment has left me with deep regret, but there's nothing I can do about it now. This is the first time in my life that I've felt such remorse. I thought sharing it with you might help me feel better because I'm not the kind of woman who would intentionally seduce her friend's husband. I just lost myself in the heat of the moment. Let me tell you a bit about my profession. Being a flight attendant isn't as easy as it seems. Male passengers, especially, often start eyeing any attractive women they spot. Of course, not all men are like this, but there are always a few who try to flirt even on short flights. To them, flight attendants are well-groomed, polite, beautiful, and sexy women who serve them, satisfying their inner fantasies and making their journey enjoyable. We're well aware of the gazes following us as we walk down the aisle, and we can tell they're imagining all sorts of things. Some even come dangerously close to invading our personal space. But we maintain professionalism and act as if nothing is wrong, continuing to serve with a smile. On long flights, some passengers develop platonic crushes on us. Many fantasize about running into us at the hotels where we stay. However, what happens on the plane usually stays there. On one of my flights to Dubai, I happened to meet my best friend Claire's husband. Claire is my university friend. She graduated with a degree in business and works in the finance sector. Her husband is a businessman. They had been married for about 3 or 4 years at that time. Claire wasn't particularly beautiful, but she had a certain charm and knew how to act in a way that pleased men. When Claire's husband and I started chatting, the conversation became more engaging as the flight went on. When most of the passengers fell asleep, he came to the empty rows at the back of the plane where I was seated. We sat next to each other and whispered while the plane was dark and quiet. As we talked, his hand started moving. At first, I thought it was accidental, but his movements became more deliberate, and his hand wandered to more forbidden places. I was scared that someone might wake up and see us, as such an act would not only be scandalous but could also cost me my job. However, in that moment, the temptation was overwhelming. We both succumbed to the intensity of the situation and quietly moved to the airplane restroom. Once inside, we lost all control. We embraced passionately, kissed deeply, and indulged in a forbidden intimacy. The moment was electrifying and undeniable, but it didn't end there. After we landed in Dubai, we met again at his hotel. We shared drinks in his room, where the view of the city skyline added to the allure. He whispered such sweet things in my ear that I couldn't resist. Claire's husband was incredibly skilled in seduction, knowing exactly how to captivate a woman. That night, we shared one of the most passionate experiences I've ever had. Now, I'm still working as a flight attendant for the same airline. I haven't seen Claire or her husband since that night. We both know what we did was wrong, but at the time, we couldn't stop ourselves. Once you taste the forbidden fruit, it's hard to forget. I just hope I don't run into them anytime soon. If I do, I don't know how I'll handle it. I'm asking for your advice. Would I make the same mistake again? I'm not sure, but I can't deny the guilt I feel inside.